since your birthday, maybe, since we did a full glam like this. You're so pretty.
What's up guys, so let's go ahead and get right into this tutorial. So this is my mom, and today we're just going to be doing a really pretty soft glam look. So on mature skin, you really want to make sure that the skin is well hydrated before you go in with any actual makeup. Now my mom does have some texture and some discoloration on her chin area, so I made sure to go in with a really thick moisturizer for that area, just so that the makeup lays a bit better and it does not cling to those drier areas on the face. Now, hydration is always super important, but I like to make sure I throw in a little bit more TLC for my ladies with mature skin. It just really helps to make the makeup lay a bit more smooth. So guys, I know that my mom prefers a more glowy and a more dewy finish to her makeup, so everything that I'm using to prep and prime her skin is all in preparation for that. Okay, so now that we got all of that out of the way, let's go ahead and get into some actual makeup application. The first thing that we're going to go ahead and do is use a color corrector. Now this step helps to mute out some of that darkness so that we don't have to apply that much foundation. With this color corrector, you really want to make sure that you're using a really light hand and that you're really taking your time to blend this product out really nice and thin. If you don't, it will mix into the foundation and give everything a very orange and unflattering undertone. So for foundation, I chose to use the Danessa Myricks Vision Cream Cover, and I mixed in a little bit of the strobe cream from MAC just to kind of sheer it out a bit and give it a bit more of a glow. I really do love this foundation for mature skin. The coverage is beautiful, the finish is beautiful, and you could even choose to sheer down the product with a bit of facial oil, or in this case, the strobe cream from MAC. I always want to use the least amount of product as possible, so I start off with a little and gradually build the amount of product that I use step by step. So for the chin area, I did choose to go in with a color that was a bit warmer and just a bit darker than the foundation that we used all over her face. This just kind of helps to counteract that grayish undertone that those dark spots would create if we went in on top of all this with a foundation shade that was a bit too light. Okay, so moving on to the next step, the under eyes. I feel like this is one of the most important parts of the makeup. It really helps to bring some definition and some light to the face so that everything does not look so one-dimensional and flat. When I blend out the under eye, I like to use a really small brush just so that I'm able to get in every nook and cranny. I always joke with my mom and tell her that she is my absolute worst client because she's always so fidgety and agitated and blinky and complaining, like it's just always something. But she didn't show out too bad today. She actually let me do what I needed to do to get this look to you guys, so shout out to her. I feel like a lot of my more mature ladies tend to play it safe with their makeup because they're afraid to try all these crazy techniques that we've come up with within like the last 10 years or so. and it's 100% doable. Now, to give the face a bit more dimension, I'm going in with the Danessa Myricks Vision Cream Cover again, just in a different shade to kind of bronze up her cheekbones and her forehead area. Now we're finally starting to make some progress here. This is when the face starts to come together, in my opinion. After that bronzer and after that highlight is on, it really starts to make sense. This is looking super pretty so far. I'm really loving the way that this is turning out. So even though she's starting to look a bit more glammed up, she still looks like herself. Her skin still looks gorgeous. She doesn't look like she has too much makeup, and she doesn't look cakey at all. She just looks like an amplified version of herself, and that is always the goal. I absolutely love cream blush for mature skin. It just looks so beautiful and so natural. That literally looks like she's just blushing. Like somebody said something and she's like feeling cheeky, like, feeling, you know. That's what this blush looks like to me. That's what it reminds me of. Just a natural blush. What her face would naturally look like if she was blushing. So when I'm setting the under eye, I'm using the smallest bit of powder, and this is the Sephora Microsmooth powder. It looks great on mature skin. It just gives the skin like a light blur, and it just looks so beautiful. I had to freeze the screen just so you guys can take that in. Super pretty. I did go over top of this with the smallest bit of loose setting powder just because I was about to do her eyes and I didn't want to mess anything up. I did set her brows as well because I wanted her brow product to really stick. My mom loves brows and she loves lashes. Here I'm just taking a big fluffy powder brush just to press in that loose powder once I finished her brows. And I use that same big brush to add a bit of the Milani baked blush to those cheekies. Okay, so moving on to eyes. Here I'm just using a bit of long wear concealer to prime those lids for eyeshadow. And you can see I'm kind of using my finger just to kind of stretch the skin out just a bit. By doing this step, I find that it really helps me to achieve a really nice and blended application. Sometimes on mature skin, if you don't kind of stretch that skin out just a bit, the product will tend to skip over any fine lines or wrinkles that you may have. And that will result in a very splotchy application. It just won't look as clean. Now, if the lids do have a lot of fine lines and wrinkles, I wouldn't suggest using so much shimmer. I would stick to a more matte color. Now, anytime you want to add eyeshadow to the lower lash line, you want to make sure that you're keeping that color nice and tight because you don't want to amplify any fine lines or wrinkles that are underneath the eye. Okay, so hear me out. Sometimes that lid area can have a lot of fine lines and wrinkles, and it makes it hard to get a really nice, clean liner. So if you put it in your top waterline, it'll still come out nice, clean, and neat. So we did go ahead and pop on a pair of lashes off camera. The look is pretty much complete. We just got to throw on that lip. Now, my mom, she loves lip gloss, so obviously that's what we chose to do today, but lips are completely optional. I hope that you ladies were able to take something from this video. I hope that you ladies love the look, and I'm so happy to introduce my mom to the channel, so give her a warm welcome. I really did enjoy filming this video. It's always fun to sit down and do my mom's makeup. I kind of sort of taught her how to do her own thing, but it always looks best when I do it. My brother is actually getting married soon, and my mom just kept looking in the mirror and she's like, "This is exactly how I want my face for the wedding." She just kept saying it. And when I tell y'all she was really feeling herself this day, like, I don't know who she thought she was. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Before you head out, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment down below. I will see y'all in the next one.